This is part 3 in the voting methods section. The next method we're going to be talking about is the plurality with elimination method. Now, this is also called ranked choice voting and the instant runoff election. I'm going to be abbreviating this PE just so that I don't have to write out all of that every time. More and more elections in the United States are going to this. Several states use it exclusively for state elections. A lot of local municipalities use this kind of voting. Several states used it for the last primary election as well. So if you hear this going on, now you're going to be able to understand how this method works. And then you can decide, if it comes down to it, whether you want to vote to go to this kind of voting or not. So this is kind of a survival of the fittest method, and it operates on the same idea as a runoff election, but only requires one election, saving both time and money. Now, what usually happens in a runoff is usually when you have more than 2 candidates, they take either, if nobody gets the majority, so if nobody gets more than 50% of the votes, then you take the top 2 vote getters and then they have another election and people choose between those 2. That way you're guaranteed to have a majority. But that does require candidates continue to campaign. It requires paying election workers. It means setting up for election all over again. There's a lot of cost and time in a runoff election. Now, the way the plurality with elimination method works is each candidate, the candidate with a majority of first place votes is the winner. So if you have half plus 1 of the first place votes, you're the winner no matter what. If no candidate receives a majority of first place votes, then we're going to eliminate the candidate or candidates, if there's a tie, with the fewest first place votes from the preference table. Then everyone gets bumped up, and you calculate again who now has the first place the most first place votes. If it's now a majority, then that person is the winner. If you don't have a majority yet, you just keep repeating it until you have it. Okay, so let's look at this. First of all, we need to calculate how many votes we have so that we know how many votes make up a majority. So I need to add up across here. So if I add 30 plus 22 plus 18 plus 10 plus 2, that gives me 82 votes total. Okay, half of that would be 41 votes, and we need more than half, so we need 42 for a majority. Okay, now we need to figure out who receives the fewest number of first place votes so that we can figure out who to eliminate, because nobody has more than 42 votes. And we actually did these calculations when we did the plurality method. Pythagoras gets 30. Leibniz receives 22 plus 2, 24 votes. Newton receives 18. And Hypatia receives 10. So our last winner under the board account method, Hypatia, has the fewest first place votes, so Hypatia is the one that's eliminated. Okay, so now Hypatia's out. And now we count who has the most first place votes. Now each of these gets shifted up. So right here, Newton is now a first place vote. So after first elimination, I'll go alternate colors here. So after the first elimination, Pythagoras still has 30 votes. Leibniz is first here and here still, so 22 plus 2, 24. And Newton is now first here and here. So that is 18 plus 10 is 28. Nobody has a majority. So we need to eliminate again. And this time it will be Leibniz that will be eliminated. And so eliminate Leibniz. Okay. And Pythagoras wins here. Newton wins here. So Newton gets 22 points here, and then 18 points here, and then 10 points here, and then 2 points here, which gives me 52. I can't write. Equals 52 votes, which is more than half, so Newton wins.